What's up, Video City? It's your girl, Bree, reporting live from Times Square. Yup, we're right back in the city that never sleeps. Tonight, we're going to open up our show with Moneyhouse Kev. Let's give him a warm welcome right back to Video City from Queens, New York, with his hot new single, Chop. Video City, take it away.
It's real major right now. It's real crazy right now.
Always chasing bankroll, I can never stop. Heavy on the grind, nigga trapping out the spot. Bitches see the drip, then they wanna get on top. I can't trust a soul, I be feeling like I'm pop. Try to stop my shine, then the nigga get the chop. Hustlers make they bread anywhere they set up shop. Got some niggas in the feds, all they know is bending blocks. Got some niggas in the grave, if I could, I'd let them swap. Damn, I miss my niggas, yeah, I wish that we could swap. I told you you ain't valid, you can't trap up in the spot. Call me Mr. Miyagi, fuck around and you'll get chopped. If a nigga talking hot, fuck around and he'll get dropped. I'm gripping on my nine, cause these niggas moving wacky. You can't kill a label, so I can't trust nobody. I can't trust my friends, and that shit really hurts me, yeah, yeah. I've been busting off these perkies, yeah, yeah. Why the fuck did you desert me, yeah, yeah. Feeling like God cursed me, yeah, yeah. Cause people that I call my friends, they praying on my end, yeah. They want me all up on a shirt like some money house merch. I'ma make sure that I slide in, I get them first, yeah. Hit them up, yeah, I'ma make it hurt, yeah. Swear to God. Always chasing bankroll, I can never stop. Heavy on the grind, nigga trapping out the spot. Bitches see the drip, then they wanna get on top. I can't trust a soul, I be feeling like I'm pop. Try to stop my shine, then the nigga get the chop. Hustlers make they bread anywhere they set up shop. Got some niggas in the feds, all they know is bending blocks. Got some niggas in the grave, if I could, I'd let them swap.
Hey you guys, what's going on? It's Mae here in New York City representing Video City, okay? Right now we are here with the one and only Moneyhouse Kev. Let's get to it. Moneyhouse, please tell me a little bit more about yourself. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Queens, New York. I was born and raised in, I was born in East Elmhurst. I was raised in Southside Jamaica. I mean, that's where all my friends at. That's where I feel at home at.
That's dope, that's cool. So Moneyhouse, please tell me what first got you into making music? Like, what is your passion when it comes to this music industry?
I could say the culture, the creativity. That's where I find my passion in it. Like when I'm in the booth, I could just lock in and just be myself. I could be whoever I want to be. Feel me? Like nobody can tell me nothing in the booth. I close that door, ain't nobody in there with me. You feel me?
That's dope. That's really, really dope. Now tell me, I just have to know, what is the hardest part about the music industry? Because, you know, I'm not really familiar when it comes to this. So maybe you can enlighten me. What is the hardest part?
The hardest part is balance. Balancing out family and the work. Because, you know, yeah, it's art and it's fun and all that, but it's also work. You feel me? You gotta be dedicated. You gotta be driven. If you're not driven, you're not gonna get anything done. Because it consists of early mornings, late nights. It's times I'll get to the stool 1 in the morning, and I don't leave till 1 in the morning next day. You feel me? So.
Right. Dedication is definitely key. All right, so you have that one correct. Okay, so do you have anyone you would like to shout out to?
Man, shout out the whole Queens. Feel me? It's just so much on the roster right now. Feel me? From Ty Benjamin, Rama Flexion. You feel me? We got Sly Cooper. We got J Note. You feel me? We got Fame Cobain. We got who else? Who else we got? We got mad people on the Queens roster. You feel me? Like There's so many I can't even list off the top of my head right now. But y'all definitely be seeing them. For me, Queens is on the map. Like, y'all gonna see us.
So I just have to know, out of everything that you said, what is to come? What is next? What should we expect?
Man, you know, a boss never tell his next move, but what's next is growth. Feel me? You're gonna see a lot of progress. Like I try to make every project I work on, I try to make it better than the last. You feel me? The same way every day I wake up, I try to make it better than better than yesterday. You feel me? And that's just my motto. That's the way I think.
know it's cracking. All a nigga know is action. All these niggas know is capping. Say my name, I need a fraction. We the hottest in the city. Oh, you niggas better tap it. I get jiggy in my lane. I be constantly overlapping. I'ma make them feel my pain. I be flipping off the back end. All these niggas feel ashamed. Now these niggas wanna jack. Gotta show these in their feelings. I don't really show reaction. All these niggas cyber thugs. They gon' make me get the tapping. Know the clip and get the clicking. On the top shelf, I'ma pack them. I just came up off a dub. Now I'm on my way to Saxon. Niggas always wanna hang. When they see us get the racks. And she said, oh my Kev, you changed. You changed. Now I'm pulling in a range. Hit that nigga with the range. That aim. And then nothing was the same. You could catch me on the block, posted where the crippies at. I been rushing through these hundreds like where my 50s at. Find a single, then I'm pussy, and that's on the 50 stack. I'm sorry, that's your wifey, I be steady hitting that. I ain't really with that talking, I ain't with the tiff attack. You'll never catch me slipping, all my niggas moving tack. In my clip, holding 30, I could keep it in a tech. Any raise a young boss, yeah, it's me that's in the flesh. All a nigga got is options, I be feeling like the best. She said, oh my Kev, you changed. Now I'm pulling in a range. Hit that nigga with the range. Yeah, and then nothing was the same. I'm the P, you know it's cracking. All a nigga know is action. All these niggas know is capping. Say my name, I need a fraction. We the hottest in the city. Oh, you niggas better tap in.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Big Spirit. I'm here with the gorgeous Alexys Rae. How are you, darling?
I'm doing great. I'm in Times Square. I'm having a great time. I'm so happy to be here right now.
Yes, so Alexys Rae is an upcoming R&B singer. You have the cutest voice. How long have you been singing, and who are some of your inspirations?
I've been singing my whole life, honestly. Biggest inspirations, definitely like Bjork. Love Bjork, Radiohead. I listened to like a lot of Nirvana growing up too. It's like a whole spectrum. I really can't narrow it down to one.
I love that. Some interesting artists that you chose, and her sound is so nice. We're going to be getting into her video, Remember When. Can you tell me a little bit about that song? It felt very personal to me.
It definitely was personal. It's basically about when you have that connection with one person that you really care about, and you don't really, at first it's not a relationship. You kind of just go with it, whatever feels good. It's natural. The next thing you know, you're in love. The next thing you know, it's not working out. The next thing you know, you can never forget about them.
Did she speak about your life? Because you surely spoke about mine. Now, the music that you write and that you sing, is it all based on like personal stories that you have, or do you kind of imagine, envision things? What's the inspiration for your music?
It really depends. So it's a circumstance. There's a lot of stuff that I bring from within myself, but then there's also life experiences that I witness that can also inspire me.
I love that so much. And so what about the video for Remember When? Y'all about to get into that video. Talk about how it was shooting that, and who was that man you were with?
It was a lot of fun. Literally, like, that video was so much fun. We went to an Airbnb in Cape Coral. The man that I was shooting the video with, he's actually playing college football. He's dope as hell. His name was Tyreek. It was actually kind of by chance the way that we met, but it was cool.
Before I let y'all see that video, I want you to tell me, let's manifest together. Where do you want to be in 5 years, and maybe what's a dream collaboration for you?
Man, life is so unpredictable, but 5 years from now, I definitely see myself having the sound that I always imagined that I would have, and having a team that's behind me to help me bring that sound into the world. So dream collaboration, there's so many. Give me one. I'm going to have to hold that off. I really, that's in the mix still. I'm still growing, so I can't say.
I love that. And you are working with producers right now. And the producer for Remember When, tell me about them.
The producer, DJ Wiz Hoffa. Shout out DJ Wiz Hoffa for real. He helped me create that first single. He's the GOAT from Albany. We're working actually with the team right now. There's a bunch of us. Shout out Home Team 518. It's a collective right now, and we're going for it.
I wish you the best in your career. Everybody, make sure to check out Remember When. Is there anything else you want to say? Where can people find you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Alexys Rae, and then you can follow Alexis Ray Music on Facebook. And then at that note, I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's watch that Remember When video with Video City.
dropping, all right? We about to record the music video, so stay tuned, all right? Look, here, thank you for, inviting us here and doing your thing. So here is some...
Thank you so much, Thank you.
Track dropping soon.
So much.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Big Spirit. I'm here with Pudgee, the Phat Bastard. How you doing today? Talk to the people.
I'm doing great because I'm here with you, looking beautiful.
And you looking good yourself. I'd like to see it. So I had a chance to check out some of your music on YouTube. It's really nostalgic to the origins of hip-hop. Tell me, how long you been in the game? I was feeling the vibe.
I dropped my first single in 1991.
Yeah.
And after that, I did a long stint, maybe up until 1996, and then I started writing for a lot of people in the background because of, me losing Tupac, Biggie, Left Eye, all my friends. It was starting to be a non-fun venture in the business, you know what I mean? So I found it to be more refreshing to help other people discover their dreams, and then went back to school for another degree, started learning how to engineer and record myself, put myself back in school for piano, things like that. I think self-development things were really what it was about for me after the first I guess, the first phase of being an MC and realizing that was realized and I had accomplished that. I was like, what else is there? Because, when you've been in the music business so long, you start to say, who am I outside of the music business? And like anything, if you do stocks all day, you're like, who am I outside of that? Some people just give up everything and go be homeless, right? I wasn't going to do that, but I definitely wanted to see what other range there was and what other colors there were to my personality.
I love that because sometimes artists don't know that you have to focus on things outside of the art.
Absolutely.
But having been in the game so long, how do you feel about its transition and its evolution?
I get that question a lot, and I have to say, not from you, but from some of the people that I hear from, I think it's a childish question because everything grows. And the version of myself as an MC that used metaphors and punchlines to gain the attention of the listener and the type of music that I rhymed on and the energy that I brought was different from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five or, Africa Bambaataa and Planet Rock. We were doing something totally different, my peers and myself in that era of hip-hop. So I think our forefathers, or the creators of hip-hop, probably looked at us as like, what is this perverted version of music? And slowly but surely, people digested it and realized that it did have some validity. But at some point, you got to understand that your children are going to grow up, right? And they may not you might be a wood chipper or a fisherman and your kid want to go be a martial artist or something else, a drug dealer, sorry. So at some point, you got to say, we different, it's different, and you either like it or you fuck with it or you don't fuck with it. We're not saying you got to fuck with this. You know what I'm saying? You want to wear khaki pants, we want to wear jeans. It is what it is. I just believe that we should all respect everybody's choices to entertain different genres of music and different musical approaches because none of this existed before it existed. A lot of people frown upon changing standards in piano or classical music, but those other interpretations are appreciated by other factions of the cultures. People say, I like that. And they wouldn't normally or typically listen to those songs, but they listen to covers. They may like Whitney Houston's version better than Dolly Parton's version better of a certain song. So for me, I think we need to respect artistry, even if it's not something we're going to listen to. That's it.
I like that. So like you said, change is the only constant. And so even if you don't like it, it's going to happen. It's going to be digested by people. What are you listening to now?
Oh, that?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I have an eclectic taste. I always did. I'm listening to Stevie Nicks. I'm listening to Conway the Machine. I'm listening to the Migos sometimes. I'm listening to Summer Walker sometimes. I'm listening to Ari Lennox. I'm listening to J. Cole. I'm listening to old Outkast. I'm listening to old Monica. I'm listening to Paul Wall. I'm listening to 3 6 Mafia. I'm listening to Toby Nigway, who I really appreciate what he and his wife are bringing to hip-hop. Yeah, so I don't think that I have a favorite rapper. Like, I was listening to Conway the Machine on the way down here. I even go back to understand what we did when we did it, right? My first single, Checking Out the Avenue, I understood what I was doing because culturally I was trying to talk about socioeconomic issues going on in Harlem where I was from. And I went back to Harlem when we moved to the Bronx to do the video in Harlem. I went to school in Harlem, but I thought it was appropriate to do that. I feel like at some point you got to really respect your own growth and your own musical taste and not frown upon it and understand that you can go back to what you like to do and incorporate some of what you've learned along the way so that you don't keep feeding people the same chicken grilled every night, right? And I like where I'm at as far as entertaining new aspects and new facets of my artistry because it's going to make people feel differently about what they're listening to. I'm not gonna give you tofu. It's still gonna be chicken, but it's gonna be served up differently. So you're not like, damn, this again? Yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
So I listened to Checking Out the Avenue, found it inspirational, but I want to know, what are you working on now?
So now I kind of split myself in two because I've ingested so much music.
What's that new chicken?
That new chicken. So I got a new album that I'm working that's finished called Monsters and Heroes, but it's a pop music album. It's more like Calvin Harris meets I don't know. Meets Party Next Door meets Majid Jordan meets me. You know, and I'm just saying to steer people towards where it's at content wise. But then I have a hip hop album I'm doing with Cover from Clean or Dirty Music because we grew up together, and he's producing Conway the Machine and a whole bunch of other artists that are currently hip hop. So it's going to be kind of a hood frequency album, if you will, and because I gotta go back to Think Big is one of my super duper songs, right, with myself and Biggie. And Lord Tariq. Think Big is like a hood classic. And the Source magazine said it's one of the best collabs ever. So I'm always trying to top myself. Like, I got a fan today, Sirius C, that's her name. She hit me up and she's like, yo, I like Keep Your Coat On from your first album, which is called Give 'Em the Finger. And I'm like, Keep Your Coat On, a female liking that? So I had to go back and listen, like, you don't know how you're impacting people. And what you don't know, we talked about this earlier, you don't know about your legacy. You don't know that when you're gone or when you've moved on from this project, someone else 20 years younger, 2 days younger, 30 years younger can find this song and it totally hit them like you intended when you first created it. I think as musicians, we think that it's a cap on the fantastic presentation of a song, right? You think, yo, I put that song out, I did the video, I performed it all over the world, inspired, everybody loves it, I'm done. But when somebody else sees that and they've never seen it before, it still has that same energy that you poured into it. And I'm getting that back now. I get a lot of people from Europe and Germany and Japan. Shout out to the Mr. Frog Dance Company. They just did a dance video in a huge dance studio to checking out the avenue with a whole routine. I'm like, yo, that song's from 1993. What are y'all doing? I got new music, right? Yeah. But I think in the name of, you know, I wrote 5 songs on Left Eye's last album, Supernova. I'm on Rakim's song under my government name, Tracy. The Seventh Seal album on like 4 joints, and then we did another joint on another album. I'm always doing music, but I've never been intent on presenting a cook up the way I wanted to cook it up. Now, in the beginning, it was all about letting everybody hear what I do and freestyling and spitting and writing and collabing. And then I stopped caring about that because I wanted to insert my talent into other people's projects. It wasn't about delivering a whole project to people. So at this point, now that DMX has passed, RIP, you know, he just shouted me out in the Drink Champs. Shout out to Drink Champs episode because he was with me when his grandmother was passing. We were in the studio. Yeah. So we got joints on YouTube. Your World Ain't a Place to Live and You Ain't Know. I just feel like in the name of all my brothers in hip-hop, I want to deliver some more complete works that let people know what the culture has given me and that I have more to contribute to the culture. That's what it's really about for me.
Thank you for that. You are telling me that art is timeless. The last thing I want to ask you is about continuing that music journey at any age and to continuing to stay inspired.
So, you know, I'm not a colorist.
Okay.
But a lot of people like to talk about how European or white people, that's not for me, but that white people respect their music and their artists more than we do. Yeah. They feel that we consider an artist who's been here for 3 years passe at this point. Yeah. You know, everything's microwave and microwave stuff is over in, 30 minutes. Where you can go overseas and you're going to live as long as you want to work and you make fire music, we're going to show up and turn up and it's going to rave and we're going to wild out and mosh pit at the concerts and we're going to buy your apparel and all your merch and we're going to rock like we rock when you first drop. In the hood, it's like, nah, we heard that, bro. I like the new little dude over there. He fire and his squad. We don't really care no more. So I want to get to the point where we communicate to each other out of love that if your man is making fire music and he was your favorite artist, then you don't have to stop liking him because people are like, oh, you still listening to that? You got to get your own backbone and say, I'm going to listen to him, I'm going to dress like, I'm going to feel like, I'm going to be like, I'm going to love like, I'm going to act like, whatever I want to act like in the name of God giving me the chance to be here and breathe this earth. because many people are dropping dead, right? So while you're here, do something impactful with your life. People feel like, oh, I'm not on TV, I'm nobody. You can make a change just by showing somebody that you don't have to follow the masses. That's making a change, you know? So at this point in my journey, I feel it's important to impress upon people that music is, again, timeless, ageless, and so are we. We can always bring something to the table. Until we're tired, you don't tell me when I'm tired. How you gonna look at me and say, yo, you tired? How you know? I feel great. I want to knock you out right now. I feel great. Yeah. So I just think that we need to respect each other, no matter what denomination, no matter what skin color, no matter what age. We need to say, if it has value in it, it has value in it. You can't devalue gold by saying this is old gold. I've never heard that. Gold is still going, and if the gold design is fire, it might be vintage gold that's worth. It was a G when it came out. Now it's 10 Gs. Yeah. Stop playing. So I feel like you gotta present and fashion yourself as something that is of value all the time, and don't let other people devalue you and absorb that energy, and then say they said I'm not valuable anymore. So it's like being in a relationship, right? Your man tell you you're not fire no more. You're like, I'm not fire no more. My man tell I'm not fire. No, I don't ever think you would say that. She's fire. Check her Instagram out. But at the end of the day, I just think that we've got to find like-minded people and play to those people, period. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And your amazing questions. You ask questions that I think allow me to pour more into the culture. Because some people just want to come on and ask you about your music and ask you about who you did songs with. And that's not enough of a contribution to me in using your platform. So thank you.
Thank you. I hope you guys are inspired. I'm inspired. Is there anything you want to say, leave? I mean, you've left so many gems. Pick them up.
Shout out to Doug. Shout out to your team. Shout out to you. I feel like, listen, Spirit got a good spirit. If y'all interview with her, y'all gonna get a good interview. The spirit is all that matters in this world. So she named herself Spirit. When she said, hey, I'm Spirit, I was like, fire! So at the end of the day, I just want to thank you for asking the right questions, because going into this journey, I'm really going to be a piece of shit. Like, I'm not interviewing with you if you asking me questions about DMX and Jay-Z and who I'm meeting Biggie and who I did. I could tell you that in my interview, but if that's what you're going to set this up for me as an interview, I don't want to talk to you. So for me, your interviewing style, the way you catered to what I'm bringing to people and what you extrapolated from the conversation makes you fire. Everybody should interview with Spirit. That's it.
You heard it here first. Pudgee the Phat Bastard, baby. Let them know.
All right, Video City, we are closing out. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I'll see you next time. Video City, take it away.